Hi, I'm Allie. I'm Allie.
And I'm Daniel.
And our project is a dog dryer. Next slide, please. Okay, so we were kind of, when we first were paired up, we were kind of like, we didn't have a lot of common interests. And I casually mentioned one day that like I like dogs and I have a pet dog. And it turns out we both have pet dogs. And we were like, okay, how can we improve the lives of dogs? And so we were running through a bunch of different ideas of dog dryers, washers, leashes, a bunch of things that already existed. And so one day I was reading a news story about a dog that had passed away at a groomer's because of overheating. Basically, the groomers used a cage dryer to blow dry the dog, and it had died because it was overheated. And so I was like, you know what if we could improve dog dryers at groomers or at home? So dogs, one, won't fear the sound of a blow dryer, and two, they won't have to fear overheating. Next slide, please.
So according to the American Kennel Club, out of the 170 million dog owners that take their dogs to the groomer, since 2010, dog owners have had their dogs die of heat strokes in grooming facilities or trying off their dog. And that's basically when the dog is just left in the dryer too much and it kind of gives them burns until they just like die.
Okay, so our initial three ideas. So our first idea was a blanket that we could like wrap the dog up in that would blow in air, but that already exists. So that was already patented. And so then our second idea was a 360 dog dryer because a 360 dog washer already exists, and so we thought the dryer would be a cool match. But we figured it wouldn't be efficient enough, and so we ran into our third idea, which was a dog blow dryer. And basically it was going to be a handheld thing that with bristles on the end, so you could brush the dog while air was blowing in it, so you could like kill two birds with one stone kind of thing.
And so then with the design, there's a wooden box you can see, and then inside there's a wooden holder to hold the nozzle of the blow dryer. And then there's two holes, one in the front for the adapter right here for the hose to come out of, and then there's one in the back for ventilation so the blow dryer doesn't overheat. And then kind of use A cartons inside to soundproof it, since we don't really have the money to afford actual acoustical padding. And then you have a hose to deliver the air from the blow dryer to the dog.
Okay, so this was the idea that we were running with for a couple of months. It was, like I said, a handheld thing with bristles on the end and then airflow, but we decided it would be way too hard to do that, and so we came up with our final idea.
And so this is the sketch of our final idea, and so then you can see there's the adapter, and then inside, that's supposed to be the A cartons.
Okay, so our development first began with the building of our box, and once we built the box, we added the handles and the egg carton, as well as a cat adapter that connects a hose to the blow dryer, which is inside the box. And then we have the two holes, one for airflow, which is from the back, and then the one in the front, which connects to the hose.
And so some problems we overcame was creating 90-degree walls and finding a way that they could stay. Another one was the adapter, and those are two. The black one is the final one. We actually had three, but just with different various problems, they didn't fit or those didn't really connect, and so then it was just kind of tedious to find an adapter that would work. And then another one that we kind of saw problems with is having a holder that efficiently holds the blow dryer, since blow dryers come in so many different sizes with nozzle lanes and widths of the nozzle. And then overheating was another one. Problems with my box, especially didn't have any good airflow. And then another one was the hose not really staying on the adapter well.
Okay, so our two main ideas, obviously, was to soundproof and control the heat. So we did sound testing and heat testing.
And so then this is the results from the sound testing. And so then I tested, well, I had in my room a microphone set up to record the decibels that the hair dryer made. And so then I tested inside and outside the box on high and low. And so then the room was approximately 51 decibels, so inside the box on high, it was really 36 decibels compared to the 24 decibels. And on low, it was 42 compared to 26. And then just for reference, it's in negatives. And so then the closer to zero it is the louder it is, and more far away from zero it is, the quieter it is.
Okay, so our final and to me the most important testing was the heat. And so we measured the heat inside the box, which was roughly around 130 to 140 degrees. And so initial pain for heat begins at 120 degrees, and then burning begins at 140 degrees. And so when you have like these high temperatures and you're like, and it's going on a dog, obviously you cannot feel where their pain level is at. And so when we measured the temperature outside coming from the hose, it was roughly in the 80s, low 90s. So therefore the airflow or the temperature is controlled and will not reach high enough temperatures to cause any pain in the animals. And I think that's it. And so we were going to test it to show you guys, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work. So do you have any questions?
So I really like your 8-carton idea for sound. What was the difference between the highest and lowest that you contribute to the 8-carton itself?
It was on the slide kind of, so we did 3 tests, and so then from there we had like approximation, so then I would say approximately it was lowered by -10 to -20 decibels between high and low.
Are you asking the difference of like with this egg cartons and without the egg cartons? Okay, so we didn't test it without the egg cartons, but I know because of the egg cartons, how they are formed with their shape, that it does lower the sound.